Welcome back to another episode of Two Wheel Trends, where passion meets precision and every ride tells a story. Today, we're going full throttle into the iconic world of classic modern motorcycles with a machine that wears heritage like a crown and performs with the finesse of a British thoroughbred of the 2025 Triumph Bonneville T100. This is not just a motorcycle review, it's a time-traveling journey into style, refinement, and the unique DNA that has made the Bonneville series a global legend. So strap in, rev up, and let's dive into the timeless elegance of the latest Bonneville T100. As the camera glides toward the motorcycle, the front view immediately commands attention. The face of the T100 is a glorious tribute to the golden age of motorcycling. The large, round LED headlamp gleams with the subtle modern touch, enclosed in a deep chrome bezel that reflects everything around it. The lens pattern is classic, simple, and clean, and no over-aggressive lines. No sharp plastic suggests an honest and elegant presentation. The forks are gaitered, a nod to its heritage roots, with beautifully detailed brushed metal caps that contrast tastefully with the dark fork bodies. The front fender is minimal, painted in gloss with pinstriping that whispers craftsmanship rather than screams for attention. Everything about the front shouts authenticity. There's no overstyling, no fakeness, just pure Triumph DNA. Even the classic round indicators stay true to the form, positioned gracefully like they belong to a British roadster from the A60s. Move your eyes to the side profile, and the T100 unfolds its character even more vividly. This spike isn't here to chase fads or copy trends. It is the trend. The sculpted fuel tank, complete with heritage badging and a luscious hand-painted pinstripe, is the visual centerpiece. For 2025, Triumph has introduced some new color options, with two-tone schemes that look hand-mixed rather than machine-sprayed. The classic knee pads are still here, and they still feel incredibly tactile. Below, the twin cradle frame remains exposed just enough to give the bike a mechanical charm. The pea-shooter exhausts curve back gracefully, the chrome finish mirror sharp and baked with quality. And just above them, the brushed aluminum side covers feature a vintage Triumph logo that looks like it's been lifted straight from an old workshop poster. The seat is bench-style, slightly contoured, and finished in premium stitching. It manages to be both retro in its aesthetics and modern in its comfort. The spoke wheels, still wrapped in modern rubber, marry tradition with traction. It's the kind of side view that deserves to be framed at timeless proportions, perfect balance, and an aesthetic that feels effortlessly cool. Swing around to the rear, and the T100 remains committed to its roots. There's no chunky tail section or exaggerated lighting gimmicks here. The rear fender follows a simple curve downward, proudly metalled, and painted to match the tank. The tail light is a compact, rounded rectangle, subtly LED for functionality but keeping the shape old school. The rear indicators are minimal, round, and chrome finished. The grab rail is blacked out and feels rock solid, doubling as a practical element for pillion comfort and cargo. The chain guard, mud flap, and overall rear triangle are all thoughtfully designed to ensure that even from behind, the bike remains unmistakably classic. And when you view the Bonneville from afar, the proportions of the front, side, and rear just flow into each other. There's no visual noise, just pure harmony. Now, let's talk about the heartbeat of the Bonneville T100. The engine. At its core lies the updated 900cc parallel twin engine that's now been refined further for 2025. This isn't some repurposed block. It's a modern liquid-cooled unit built from the ground up to deliver classic sound and feel without compromising emissions or efficiency. The engine produces around 64 horsepower at 7,400 revolutions per minute and 80 Nm of torque, peaking at just 3,750 revolutions per minute. That wide-to-work band means this bike doesn't beg to be revved. It delivers smooth, linear power right from the get-go. For 2025, Triumph has shaved off some internal friction and slightly improved throttle response. You now get a more precise ride-by-wire system that works seamlessly with the fuel injection. And yes, it still sounds glorious. That signature 270-degree crankshaft gives the Bonneville a lumpy, throaty exhaust note that is absolutely addictive. The engine is mated to a slick 5-speed gearbox, tuned more for daily usability and highway cruising than rapid-fire shifts. And the best part, despite all its modern wizardry, Triumph has ensured that the engine still looks vintage. Refined engine casings, blacked-out barrels, and a subtly branded Triumph badge on the clutch cover. You could park the Spike next to a 1960s Bonneville and someone would believe it was the same heart beating inside. Performance-wise, the 2025 T100 continues to blur the line between casual cruiser and capable street machine. This isn't a high-revving sport bike, but it handles its weight with composure. The chassis is well-balanced, with a relaxed rake and trail that offers stable cornering. The suspension setup uses 41mm front forks and twin rear shocks, both with revised damping for a more compliant ride over rough patches. It glides over potholes with grace and stays planted through sweepers. Even on tight city streets, the T100 feels nimbly. Its weight distribution is spot on, and the wide bars give you excellent leverage. For braking, the 2025 update includes a single 310mm front disc paired with the Brembo 2-piston caliper, and a 255mm rear disc with the Nissan setup. It may not be race spec, but the braking performance is progressive and confidence-inspiring. The ABS system remains discreet and unobtrusive. Add to this the Michelin Road Classic tires, and you have a bike that grips, steers, and stops with modern finesse hidden behind the vintage disguise. The riding ergonomics are an unsung hero here. The seating triangle is neutral, upright, and relaxed. Your feet rest gently under your hips, and your arms are just slightly stretched forward. Whether you're doing a 5-mile city sprint or a 500-mile road trip, the T100 won't ask for much in return. The seat padding is thicker this year, and Triumph has slightly reduced vibrations in the bars and pegs, especially at highway speeds. The instrumentation remains a dual-dial setup with a small LCD inset that gives you digital readouts for fuel, gear position, and trip data. It's just the right mix of analog charm and digital convenience. You also get standard traction control and a torque assist clutch, making the ride smoother and less fatiguing in traffic. When it comes to pricing, the 2025 Triumph Bonneville T100 sits comfortably in the premium modern classic segment. Depending on your market, it's priced around $11,500 or approximately a superscript 110.25 lakhs showroom in India. That may sound steep to some, but it's important to understand what you're paying for. This isn't just about prospects, it's about craftsmanship, legacy, and the sheer joy of riding something that feels both alive and distinguished. Triumph offers a range of optional accessories too, from luggage and touring screens to upgraded seats and engine protection. There's also a curated line of lifestyle gear that complements the Bonneville aesthetic perfectly. As we wind down the step dive review, let's answer the most important question: who is the 2025 Triumph Bonneville T100 for? It's for the rider who doesn't want a motorcycle that screams for attention, but rather one that turns it. Someone who values grace over aggression, who wants a machine that's just as happy cruising a coastal highway as it is parked at a cafe. Copyright drawing admiring glances. It's for the mature enthusiast who appreciates engineering without needing to showcase it. The Bonneville T100 doesn't try to be something it's not. It knows exactly who it is, and it's this authenticity that makes it one of the most desirable bikes in the modern classic segment today. So, would we recommend the 2025 Triumph Bonneville T100? Absolutely. It's a brilliant example of how heritage can be honored without being stuck in the past. Triumph has managed to evolve the T100 without diluting its soul. It's refined, it's responsive, and it's ridiculously good-looking. Whether you're a seasoned rider returning to motorcycles or a younger enthusiast craving something timeless, the T100 offers a satisfying and soulful riding experience that few bikes can match. It's a motorcycle that feels like a companion, not just a machine. That's all for today's in-depth review of the 2025 Triumph Bonneville T100. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to Two Wheel Trends for more real-world bike reviews, and drop your thoughts in the comments, especially if you've ridden a Bonneville yourself. Tell us your story. Until next time, keep your visor clean, your throttle steady, and your heart full of adventure. Ride safe, ride true,